Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career, the England years, with me, Daniel. It's episode 7 and today we're picking up exactly where we left off in the last episode. So if you did miss that one, before you do anything, go back and catch up in the eye above. We're in the middle of our batting innings against Sri Lanka and we left off at a very important time. For those that were here, of course you'll know we're in our first overseas test series and it is now the second test against Sri Lanka. In the first we were brilliant with the ball but really struggled a bit with the bat, and now in the second innings we're desperately trying to make amends. As you can see, we're at the crease against the left arm spinner now. So a massive thank you to everyone who has been supporting the series. If you are looking forward to this one, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel down below for 2 episodes a week from Cricket 19, daily FM20 content, a weekly live stream as well. Thank you to everyone who joined along yesterday, and a stadium review series once a week too. I'm really having a great time with this channel and the podcast as well. I'm getting to interview professional footballers. It's just turning into a bit of a dream. So thank you all for your support, and hopefully I can continue to provide some form of entertainment. But let's go and look at the scorecard. If you haven't clicked back now, you are going to get spoilers, I'm afraid, as we're halfway through our second innings and we left it as we just reached our half century. Now, we flew out the traps in the last episode. We had Lakmal bowling at us, and you can see from his economy and how quickly he was taken out, he started atrociously. We managed to get runs quickly, but then we were pegged back by spinners, both of them doing really well, particularly the left-hander who we're facing now. But we did get to 50, James Vince out, but Joe Root, the skipper, now alongside us, and we're trying to build, and in today's episode we want to get to 100. So that's the objective. We're in a good position in the first innings, 83 for 1 off 16 overs, and let's get through and see if we can get a century, although it could all end in tears. As we get into the first ball of this episode, let me know what you think will happen. What score will we get? Let's see who's right. We've got a chance to play off to leg side. It's a full delivery and we just get off strike with 1. Against this left hand spinner, it's the one time I'm really wary, because we quite like leaving the ball outside off, but with the left armour he can spin it back in and the stumps are exposed. You've got none of that outside leg stump where you can just pad it away. So I've got to be careful with that, but we're off the mark and we're looking comfortable, so at least we're not going to be out for 50 exactly. And now the right arm spinner's in at the other end. He's keeping that field that got us to 50 in the last over, and we're going to try and go fine, but we didn't get enough on that, and to be honest, we tried to be a little bit too clever. We could have just played for a single, but we were trying to get 2 or 3 and it didn't work out. But let's hope his line drifts. Here he comes in again, second ball. This one's not as good. Oh, that's a wild swing. That is an absolutely wild swing. You need to get out the way of those. We're trying to coach ourselves. We're getting frustrated. Joe Root's got 4. That's the ball. Oh, we're out. Oh no, what a catch. The leg slip diving down to his right. It's incredible work. How on earth has he caught that, and how on earth have we got out so quickly? Again, trying to be clever when we could have just played 1. We thought we were certain for 2 there. Let's have a look. It goes to the right. Oh, that's brilliant work. That is absolutely exceptional fielding. So we're out for 51 almost immediately. 5 4s in our 47 balls. A lot of 1s and 2s that we ran. And we're now going to be back for bowling in this episode. It didn't look like it was going to end that quickly, and I'm a little bit annoyed at the way we've got out. But let's skip ahead and we'll be back in a moment to bowl. Okay, it looks like this England side is pretty good with the bat. I mean, Bairstow got another century. He did brilliantly in the last game. Ben Stokes gets 130. And I wish we'd just scored 7 or 8 more, because look, Moeen Ali on 57 and Folkes on 56. We could have been above both of them, just with another 6 perhaps. But Sri Lanka are back in, chasing 576. Bundy got the 3 wickets, including ours. He was the main man for them, one of the most economical as well. And off 13 overs, they're now 49 for 1. So Craig Miles has got the first wicket, and Krishnan and Thiramani are now at the crease. Bundy got himself out, opening as well as being a spinner. And to be fair, 1 more wicket and we get Samara Wickrama in, who we've had great fun with in the first test. But let's have a look at the bowling figures. Lakmal, no wickets. He was incredibly expensive. Absolutely terrible against us, and his luck continued. The left arm spinner didn't get a wicket, but his economy is so much better. I mean, he's a really good tight bowler, but he wasn't threatening the wickets. He was just bowling outside off, and we were probably leaving a lot. But otherwise, a very good innings for England. It's a good side. Joe Root got 55. He beat our score by 4 as well. But again, with a half century, I think we've done ourselves justice, and I'm sure we'll be keeping ourselves in and around the squad. but we've got to match that up with bowling. You can see we took the catch for the first wicket. Of course that was simulated, we can't take credit for it. We've got our usual test field set up and now we're coming in to bowl. So let's go and see if we can take more wickets in subcontinent conditions, something we did 6 times in the first test. First ball of our first innings in the second test then, and we're just going to go for a standard off breaker. There is no need for us to try and do something silly. We need to judge the pitch. We've gone a little bit too wide and the batsman just leaves it. I mean, that's a bit of a let off to start. So let's just keep with the standard ball for now because we want to try and get back in towards the stumps. That's better, just catches him up in his crease, he's having to defend, he's blocked up to the body. That's what we like to produce. And then we'll throw in the wrong one, and this is where we get to test our skills. Straight at the stumps, on leg stump, tries to swing it away but it's straight to mid on. And I'd love it if we could start with a maiden. We're going to throw in the flighted delivery now, 4th ball of the over. It's about the perfect time for it normally. We're just going to try and get it on the stumps, and he's again just managed to get it away. He's showing attacking intent. Thiramani, his strike rate's pretty good actually, particularly before we came in. But I don't know what to do with the 5th ball. I think we're going to go standard, and then the final one will be an off breaker. So here we go, straight on the stumps, to the leg side, he's going to get one, runs through very quickly. Our fielder on the leg side, not quite as competent and acrobatic as theirs. He's the one who caught us out of course, but for us, not quite as good. So we've now got the second left-hander in. We're going to go for the top spinner, and we'll see if we can threaten the wicket to the new man. We don't, it's a little bit wide and it's easily defended. Just one conceded in that over, but it brings up the 50 for Sri Lanka. Just 1 wicket lost, and they're still on course to do well in this innings. So Krishnan now on strike, the man who faced the last ball of our first over. He's a little bit more methodical, and he's not quite as adventurous as his partner there. And I guess as an opener, you're always a little bit more reluctant, aren't you? Thiramani coming in at 3, probably a naturally more aggressive player, likes playing the more sweeping strokes. But that one just drifts to leg side a bit. We haven't quite found our perfect line yet. I'm a little bit worried about that. So let's flight one in. Let's see if we can get a bit of extra pace on it and just dart it at the stumps. In towards his pad. Oh! He got a good defensive shot in the end, but that looked for a second like it was beating the outside edge. It's really good to get his back to the left there. Defends well. And again, we're going straight at the stumps. He's defending. They're thinking about running a quick single, but the man gets round very quickly. This has been a good over so far. I'm not sure what to do with this 5th ball. It's the one that always catches me out. Should we throw in the wrong one? I think we should. We haven't done it for a little while. Straight at the stumps. Defended. He knew it was coming, didn't he? He had his shape all right. And then for the last ball, we'll of course throw in a top spin. Want to go a little bit wider to make sure we hit the stumps. And he's gone big. Oh, he's caught him. It is the man on the leg side. I owe him an apology. I think it's Ben Stokes out there. I said he wasn't as acrobatic as his counterpart from Sri Lanka, and how wrong have I been proven? Trying exactly the same shot as we did, apart from the fact he exposed his stumps and was probably a little more aggressive. Went for the big hook to the leg side, and Stokes flies to his left. It's a brilliant bit of fielding, and for 22 we bowled Krishnan. What a way to finish our second over. We said he wasn't aggressive, and when he did, he came unstuck. And not only that, our favourite batsman's now come into the crease. Let's see if we can get him on strike and then get him out. Not bad figures at all then as we head into our third. We're 1 for 1 after that wicket maiden in our second over. Let's see if we can build on it. What we want ideally is Thiramani to run a single, which is exactly what he's done. And now we're placing Samara Wickrama, who's faced 2 deliveries without scoring, a right-hander at the crease, which we're normally better against anyway, despite what you believe from that last one. And we've now got a chance to get our favourite batsman pinned back in his crease. So we're going to flight the first one in, just try and scare him. On the stumps. Oh, he's edged it. Oh, it's an inside edge. He somehow missed the stumps. They're going to run through for 2. The man at leg gully, Ben Stokes again, nearly gets them a run out because they try and rush it back. Oh, we nearly got him first ball. He's off the mark though. Far more attacking intent, you've got to give him that. Oh, I'm so annoyed at that. That would have been the perfect way to go. The top spinner's coming out though, straight at the stumps. Oh, he's edged again, he's out. He's got to be out. It's gone to the fielder. What's going on here? The wicket's gone. Oh, he's edged it. 2 edges, one he gets away with. The second one, straight off the edge, hits the pad and goes flying to the man on the side in the inner circle. It's Johnny Bairstow in the outfield. It's a brilliant catch. Absolutely wonderful work. And we have got 2 wickets in 3 deliveries. That is incredible. Samara Wickrama, our favourite batsman to face, and it's like he's cursed against us. He gets 2 off 4 and we bowled him again. And we are turning this into a brilliant first innings. Don't forget we put 576 on the board, including a half century from ourselves. And we've now taken 2 wickets to leave Sri Lanka 67 for 3. What a brilliant half and over, but now we've got the more aggressive Angelo Matthews coming in. I've got to say though, Samara Wickrama, I've never seen a spell like that, and we've had it every time we faced him as Matthews defends sensibly. Just really struggling and edging nearly every ball is something that's often been criticised in this game for not happening enough. It's just been remarkable, so let's throw the top spinner in. Penultimate ball of the over at Matthews, he sweeps away, and you can already see how much more confident he looks against spin. I know he's not got the run yet, but that was a confident stroke, swept away and finds Moeen Ali in the inner circle. As we finish off the over with a flighted delivery, we have to do it, don't we? Let's try and tempt him in. Right at the stumps, oh it's a bit wide, he's gone for it and it finds point. A dot ball to finish, a brilliant over. 2 runs conceded from a thick inside edge, and then another wicket of our favourite batsman. We're 2 for 4 off 3 overs. First ball of the 4th over. We're going for a shorter one this time, something a bit different. Oh, he's hooked it away. He tried to cut it, but the man in the slips got there. Really clever shot, but a good bit of bowling, and we just thought we'd give it a go. Second ball of the over. Matthews still yet to get off the mark, and you can see he's desperately trying to find a shot. But that man at gully is continuing to dive down and prevent runs. So we'll throw in the top spinner. We're gradually getting fuller with every delivery. This one straight at the stumps. Hooked away. Oh, it beats him. It beats the gully fielder really well. It's going to be 2. Matthews off the mark. And the man at point runs to the boundary as they go for 3. Could be out. He is out. Oh, it's a direct hit. What a stupid run. Why on earth did they go for a 3rd? The fielder already had the ball before they started it. It's a brilliant throw back in. Directed perfectly, had so much pace on it. The stumps went crashing, and I mean he was 4 or 5 yards short. It wasn't even close. He's even in shot. He's coming into shot. That's not even the right replay. Why are we seeing that? But Garton runs out Thiramani for 34. He's looked the best batsman by a mile in this team. And Sri Lanka is self-imploding. This is like watching England on the road in real life. De Silva comes in at number 6. And Sri Lanka 73 for 4. Matthews on 2. De Silva the new batsman at the crease. And he's a right-hander as well. So with half an over to go, it looks like things are really moving nicely here. And I tell you what, on our bowling performance, we're definitely going to keep ourselves in the team. Angelo Matthews runs 2, but there was no need for them to go for that. We might as well go for a standard off-breaker now, as it seems we don't even have to bowl well. But the new batsman always gets that ball and is defended nicely. I mean, De Silva's got to rebuild here. He can't go all-out attack, surely. He's the last recognised batsman before you start getting to all-rounders and then tail-enders. But let's go for top spin. 2 balls to go. Oh, he's cut it away, and he's got there as well. I'm tempted to bring another fielder in there, sorry. They've run 2, and this time it's comfortable. But I'm tempted to bring in another fielder to the slips. I just don't know which one I bring out. I think we've got to be a devil and go for it, though. It seems to be working so well, and we want to prevent the runs. So I think I'm going to take the man from the outfield, the only one who's on the ropes. And we're going to bring him in, maybe 4th slip, and just see if we can get a little bit more in there. So we're making it harder. And this time, we're going to go for a flighted delivery to finish, right on the stumps. See if he tries to cut that away. He doesn't. Oh, is he out? Is he out? What's going on? Oh, it's off the pads. We went up for it. We thought it might be because it came off the pad. But it fell up in the air and straight to the fielder. And unfortunately, it's a dot ball to finish. De Silva's still stuck on 2. Matthews on 6 off the other end. Sri Lanka now reached 79 for 4. A ridiculous run out. We caught one when simulating. And then 2 brilliant wickets as well, including our favourite. But let's start with the off-breaker here. Try and get it right on the stumps. Make it nice and easy. Defend it away to the man at mid-on. It's good work from the batsman. De Silva looking a lot more defensive. Just exposed his stumps that once, then not since we bring the extra slip in. This one straight at him. Defends away, and I think we might be able to peg them back here. We've just got to edge them to frustration, and if we can keep it tight, I'd imagine that won't be far away. Top spinner with the 3rd ball. Straight in at the stumps. Defended away to leg gully. Tell you what, Ben Stokes, he's happy there. He's already made 1 brilliant catch. Something that's not alien to him, of course. So let's flight in the 4th. Straight to the stumps, usual process. Defended away, and that's the only worry. If they get enough on that, they've guaranteed themselves 4 basically. But Mo and Ali round very quickly there. Off breakers next, and then we're going to be a devil with the last ball. This one's at the stumps and he's forced to defend. That was an excellent delivery. And the last ball, we're going to go full. We're going to see what he goes for. We're going to go completely full at the legs, at the stumps, and defend it away. Another maiden, and the Silver's having to rebuild slowly. 2 for 8 off 5 overs now. Probably not much longer left in our first spell as we go for the standard off breaker. Matthews on strike this time, and there it is. The extra slip in, and as the ball beats the outfield, it's a quick one. I think, to be fair, they might have got one there anyway, so I'm not going to judge it on that. The Silver's managed to get himself 4 more runs, and he's now on strike against us again. So we're going to flight one in at the stump, straight at him, and again, it's a great delivery. We've got that line nailed against him, and he's just forced into defending, and he's hesitant. It's last minute, and it just takes one where the leg's in the way, and we've got an LB shout. Again, he's tried to sweep there off a standard ball, and it poked up in the air. There wasn't a fielder in the infield there, but it goes to the man at mid-on, no harm at all. And we're starting to look so threatening. We're going to throw in a top spinner. We do it a couple of times and over normally, and that one's defended away pretty comfortably. 85 for 4 Sri Lanka, but I tell you what, every single over there's a wicket chance, there's an opportunity, there's a little edge, there's something, and there's one as well. He's edged that, I'm sure of it. Oh, the umpire says no. I was sure he'd edged that. I'm going to have to challenge, because I'm so sure I saw something. I know that's probably not the case, but we have to go for it. We're on brilliant form. I'm sure the skipper will forgive us if it's a wasted one. Let's have a little look. I'm so sure I saw something, but obviously I probably haven't, because I thought it would have been given. Has it missed the edge? Oh, it's missed by a mile. Oh, it's not missed the stump by far. Oh, that's a really bad challenge. I owe an apology to the skipper there. That is terrible. A little bit greedy we're getting. 2 for 9, and it's the final ball of the 6th. Can we make up for it with a wicket? Onto the stumps. Oh, it just beats the gully. He could have dived and made that, I reckon, but it's gone to point. It's a dot ball. It's been a brilliant spell. What a first spell it is for us. Sri Lanka have continued to collapse. We are going to round it up here, so let's see how we've been getting on and what position England are in now. So this is where things stand at the moment, and the first thing that immediately strikes you is look at the run-outs. De Silva, not long after our first spell, ran himself out. Mendes came in, ran himself out. Lakmal, after an awful spell with the ball in the first innings, has now had a dodgy one with a bat as well, 9 off 12. And we're back in as Kamara's on strike, the fast bowler. He's on 4 off 8, and Matthew's still there on 33. Basically the only hope for his team. But they're 136 for 7. We obviously caught one simulating. We were part of a run out when bowling, and we got 2 wickets. And it's been an absolutely brilliant spell for us. But Sri Lanka trail now by 440 runs, and we can guarantee they're going to be following on, and we can almost guarantee an innings victory at this point. I guess the main thing is we started with disappointment with the bat. Of course, we still got our half century last episode, but to only add one's very disappointing. And even 7 more runs, and we would have been above Ali, Folkes and Root, and it makes such a difference to the selectors, so we've got to be wary of that. But 2 for 9 off our first spell, absolutely brilliant. The bowling at Samara Wickrama is hilarious. I mean, we've just got that man on toast. It's fantastic. But now we're back in for our second spell to mop up the tail. So we'll reflect on that in the next episode. I don't know if we'll come back for this match unless we're having a brilliant spell with the ball. We probably won't. Obviously, if we're on for a 5er or something like that, then we'll do it. But it doesn't look like we're going to get a 5er. So we'll wait for now. We're not getting enough overs. So we'll probably just come back at the end of the test match and review what's gone on and move on to the next one. But if you did enjoy this episode and that mix of disappointment with the bat and brilliance with the ball, please do put a thumbs up on it. Of course, I slagged off Ben Stokes' fielding and then he produces a wonder catch. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of those moments. And subscribe to the channel down below and turn that notification bell on for 2 episodes a week from this series every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 PM. Daily FM20 content, a weekly stadium review series and a weekly live stream every Tuesday morning as well. So if you are free 10 AM every Tuesday, please do pop along. We can get to know each other a bit better. We have a great community there. Everyone just has a chat and hangs out. It's brilliant to be part of. So please do come along if you're able to. There's a bit of FM there as well if you enjoy that. A quick thank you also for your support over on my football podcast channel. Myself and the lads have been interviewing loads of professional footballers in lockdown. We've also had the opportunity to do some topical podcasts and match day vlogs from when we were able to go to football matches. So there's lots of content there. It really has started taking off now. So thank you so much for your support. And I hope to see you next time for a big one from this game on Saturday as we come back for the third test, or maybe with a special milestone in hands.